Welcome, my Phoenix family, to One-Footed Phoenix. Today's video might be one of the most vulnerable videos I have ever published on YouTube. But I also believe that talking about dating as an amputee can help a lot of you guys out there to realize that you're not alone if you're experiencing challenges in the world of dating. So hopefully it will either help you understand your partner better or understand yourself better. I do feel like a lot of amputees feel like they're the ones that are the problem in the dating world, even though sometimes that's really not the truth. So when I left my last relationship, it was hard on me because it just shook me up a lot. There were some things in that relationship that I definitely was not expecting. So when we moved to where we are now, I did want to make more friends with other girls and also kind of work on myself. But, I kind of stupidly ended up falling for a relationship in some ways. I do think that a lot of what contributed to me falling for a relationship is just the fact that I did have hope that something could work out in the long run with a better person. I've been through so much pain, honestly, and medical trauma that I know that complex regional pain syndrome is definitely not for the faint of heart when it comes to the dating world. I've been with a lot of guys that just haven't really had the capacity to fully understand the depths of the condition and how that affects me in a romantic relationship, especially when it comes to trying to plan dates or active things, and they haven't really understood how much recovery time it takes me after doing something fun and really cool, and also just how much of a sacrifice it is for me to go and be at things or to do things. I also think the reality of my situation right now, where I live at home, does scare off a lot of people. I do live at home for specific reasons as well, because there are very specific things that I do need help with, and one of those is the fact that I can't really drive after about 1 p.m. in the afternoon, simply because I have to take pain medications to help manage phantom limb pain. Unfortunately, my phantom limb pain is fairly on the severe side. I also think something that has been frustrating to other people that I've been with is the fact that I am reliant on a lot of government programs right now for my income and for a lot of my basic needs. I'm at a point now where I know that if I am to get into another relationship, I would need to be at a point where I could be content with my life, kind of how it is, and I would need to be more content with the fact that I live at home and that I also need the help from disability programs. I think that being content with my life before I start dating again is probably the biggest challenge I'm having at the moment, where there are times where I feel like my disability is somewhat of a genuine inconvenience to people, because it does take longer to get out of the house when you're disabled, and it also takes longer to just get places, and also the driving thing is hard. So I think I'm having a hard time as well with just feeling like I'm accepted in some social circles and groups. And then I would say finally, one of the other challenges that a lot of people probably face being an amputee or just trying to date an amputee partner is the fact that dating as an amputee does bring up a lot of grief. I think it just brings up a lot of grief for me because when I was 18, 19 years old, I was a very active person. I was very adventurous with the outdoors. I loved hiking. I loved skiing. I loved a lot of these things that are much more difficult for me to do now. And I kind of lament that similar time of life, before the accident. But at the same time, I also know that I'm never gonna really have that back. Like the version of myself that I was before the accident ever happened, or before I ever had CRPS, or even before I lost my leg, none of that is really ever going to come back to me. So even though I become a little more functional like all the time, I also know that, you know, like I just don't have as active as a lifestyle as I once had. And so I do really have to come to terms with that. And sometimes that grief comes up as I get into relationships and try to date someone. And I've seen that grief kind of come up like a few times with trying to date and making attempts to have a relationship work. It wasn't easy to live on my own for a semester of college, but I proved that I could do it even with the ADHD and dyslexia and everything that I had going on, even before I had any sort of physical impairment. So I think there are times where it's like, man, you know, I really want to like be able to like live out on my own, but I also know that I'm just not there yet. And that's also hard and frustrating when you know that you're not really to a point where you're ready to be out on your own, but you also have a desire to be a part of the dating scene. I hope this video at least helps some of you guys, and let me know if it did in the comments down below. I like having conversations with you guys. For the next couple of videos, I wanted to also ask you guys, what do you think would be the most interesting to you if I were to publish a video on it? So I've got one that I could do on exercises that help you prepare for a prosthetic and kind of avoid muscle atrophy. So this would be more of like a right after amputation kind of thing, because I know a lot of them would be kind of hard to do if you hadn't already lost your leg. So let me know if you're interested in that. And then the second option that I had for you guys was to make a video for others to kind of understand like what is being sacrificed when someone with chronic pain attends different social events. And then as a third option, you could just comment something else that you guys think you would be interested in watching a video on. If you would like to see another One Footed Phoenix video related to dating and amputation, I encourage you to click over here, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!